And we are back in more Friendsim 2.
Continue. Load game. Hell. Load slot. As you walk in, you can hear Lank and Elward talking around the corner in low voices.
How bad is it?
Oh, like you know anything about fixing anything.
Sure I do. You just...
Elward laughs.
Look, I gotta get this checked out. Grub Size wants to play her game later?
She claims she's got a brand new campaign for us.
Sure. Look, we can talk later. I really gotta figure this out.
You're planning on leaving?
No. Maybe. I don't know, okay? I just don't want my bike being fucked.
Elward pushes the bike back into the cavern, leaving you alone in the main room with Lank, who turns to face you.
What are you doing hanging around here like that?
Alright, I saved close enough. Stay and talk with Lank.
Stay and talk to Lank. You stretch your arms in the air like you're performing an exaggerated version of being tired. Why are you doing this? You have no idea.
Why in the world are you doing that? Are you ill?
Look, sometimes you just do things. Don't worry about it. Lank sighs and gestures toward the table that's made out of a natural rock formation.
Did you want to sit down?
Why yes, if he's going to ask so nicely. Lank's face is the very picture of well-tempered exasperation as he sits down across from you. You're still getting that weird, awkward sense about him and you still can't quite place why. Normally you have such an easy time remembering what happened with your friends, except for the occasional narrative bleed through, but this feels different. It's like your last time seeing Lank runs up against some kind of strange narrative split that doesn't quite fit with everything else.
Oh yeah, I think his one, you had like a very censored and then a very uncensored one that kind of go completely off different rails, sort of thing. So I guess that's kind of their way of kind of skirting around what exactly is canon. I think it was largely based on, player preferences anyway, so.
So, what's been going on with him?
That's such a broad question. Do you plan to narrow it down a little bit more, or am I just supposed to guess?
1.
Okay.
Save slot. 1. Why is he in a cave? 1.
Counterpoint, why are you in a cave?
Self-voicing disabled.
Let's see what this message is. Watch. Still don't know what to make this boss look like.
Self-voicing enabled. Waiting out the daylight, mostly. But, it's a temporary arrangement. His situation seems more permanent.
Well, some of us don't have the luxury of being able to just disappear for sweeps at a time.
He sighs in a way that almost feels wistful.
As much as I'd love to.
It has its ups and downs. Tends to make you feel a little bit disconnected from, well, everyone, actually. Lank laughs at that comment.
Tell me about it. Ever since I left the Jade Caverns, it's been, well, a little odd, to put it mildly. To the point where I even miss Linnera's company. God.
You notice that he never actually answered your question about why he's in the cave.
Because I needed somewhere to go, and this happened to work out. With whatever arrangement that Elward managed to pull with the rebels and that bronze blood she wants to fuck.
Wait, what?
Never mind.
Save slot. Close.
More saving.
Why'd he leave the Jade Caverns? You know he didn't exactly vibe with the caverns.
That's a massive fucking understatement.
Right, but, honestly, it doesn't really seem like living in a desert cave is a very good alternative. You're not trying to judge, but this looks rough.
Of course it is. I'm used to a somewhat higher standard of personal care.
Lank is quiet for a long moment. You look at his hands. The cuticles look like they were carefully pushed back with the tip of a nail, but not trimmed. No cuticle scissors in a cave, you guess.
Why'd I leave? That's the question, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
What's going on with L-word?
I'm actually gonna save it right
Save
here
slot,
and then
save,
go back.
load, load slot, load, loading, load slot, what's go,
Oh, okay.
load slot, load, one,
Don't you know it's rude to talk about someone when they're not around?
I should
load,
mess
loads,
that up.
load slot, one,
Oh, okay. So it just kind of
load,
continues.
load
on
slot
anyway.
4,
All these ones are
load
useless.
slot, load slot, what,
Don't you know it's rude to talk about someone when they're not around?
oh, shit, you're so sorry, you weren't even thinking. Lank is laughing at you.
Oh, stop it. I don't give two shits about being rude, but you'll have to be more specific than what's going on.
Well, it seems like Lank and L-word have been spending a lot of time together lately, right?
You could say that. We're pretty much trapped in here since going out risks either of us getting scooped up by the drones or cold.
So does he have any idea how to, help her?
I'm not a mind reader. She's a woman who thinks she's a lot more complicated than she actually is. Really, she's just scared and anxious and bad at feelings. But then again, aren't we all?
Yeah,
You know, I'm kind of regretting my original decision here. I think I'd rather be alone for a bit.
yeah, okay, you can do that. You'll just go and see what L-word is up to. You follow the string of curse words back into the cave. As you walk, the cave opens up until finally you're standing in a large room that resembles a makeshift garage of some kind. Quit game.
Actually,
Save slot 5. Save slot.
I think you can go back here and you do the same thing, but I'm gonna keep the.
How bad is
As
it?
you walk
Oh,
in,
like you know.
follow L-word. Actually, you were just heading out. You wanted to go talk to L-word a little bit more, maybe learn something about the fine art of motorcycle repair?
Ugh, that damn motorcycle. If she spent half the time she spends tinkering with it on her quadrants, maybe she wouldn't be such a hopeless disaster. Just my opinion, of course.
You're wondering how you're going to find L-word, but it doesn't actually seem like the cave is all that big, and following the sounds of clanging and swearing into the back of the cave is pretty straightforward. The cave opens up into a relatively large
Okay, yeah, we can.
load slot. You follow the string of curse words back into the cave. As you walk, the cave opens up until finally you're standing in a large room that resembles a makeshift garage of some kind. L-word is sitting there next to her motorcycle, tweaking something with a screwdriver.
Oh, fuck. Almost done. Hey, what are you doing there?
You were just coming to see what she's up to. Does she need any help with this?
Nah, it's fine. Just gotta get in there and tweak a couple things. You're welcome to sit and watch, though, if you want.
She shifts over and shoves a pile of cans out of the way. You're not sure what's in there, but the faint reek of alcohol is pinging your nose.
Couldn't use the company, I guess. Gets lonely only talking to, like, 2 other people all the time.
Though I don't think trolls like really react to alcohol. I think canonically it's more like sugary beverages or whatever. But which strangely, high fructose corn syrup is metabolized similar to alcohol, so that would actually kind of make sense. But whatever.
Save slot. Close.
Yeah, I'm chowing through the save slots for this one.
Why is she in a cave?
Why are you in the cave?
She doesn't answer right away, but you can see from her face that she's got some thoughts about this. Is she embarrassed?
I think I'm pretty far past that. Sitting on my ass, drinking, and reading the same fucking books.
Are these 2 dots on either of her clavicles? Is this some kind of piercing that I don't know about? I mean, I can imagine like a piercing that kind of goes just through the skin from one side to the other. I think I've seen piercings like that, but whatever. Anyway, moving on.
At a certain point, it just all kind of blends together, you know?
You think back to the time you spent living in the old abandoned hive on the edge of Outglut and you think, yeah, you kinda do know. You're assuming her being here has something to do with Ascension? Elward nods slowly, setting her tools down.
Yeah, that's the deal. It was either Ascension or running away.
Given what you've seen from at least one other Cerulean who went through Ascension, maybe this was the better choice.
I thought so, but who fucking knows?
Does she at least keep in touch with anyone?
Not really. Wanshi is fine, I guess, but she's still kind of a kid. Link's okay too, but he gets so fucking moody.
She leans over and grabs for a can, giving it a quick shake to see if it's empty. Tilting her head back, she drains the rest of the can. You're not sure what the Alternian customs are for day drinking, but maybe she wants to not do this while working on her bike.
Nah, it's fucking fine. I was talking to Chixie, you know. I've been helping her with her band thing, like carrying shit and helping with sound checks and whatever.
So she was basically a roadie?
Sure, let's go with that. But I haven't been able to see her in a little bit because of, I don't know. It's complicated.
She flushes Cerulean for a second before tipping the now empty can to her lips and squinting.
Other than that, I don't know. I've still got chitter, but, like, I gotta watch what I post so the Empire doesn't find us. And other than that, it's just that dork with the rebels running supplies.
Sounds lonely. Elward doesn't respond to this. Instead, she flicks the can over toward the pile where the others are and looks off into the distance.
How dare she call Zebedee a dork? Jeez. Some people.
Save. Next. Save slot. Save. Close.
Alright, I think the second option from the previous one was what's going on with Link also, so it looks like it's probably going to be a similar kind of thing.
Is she working with the rebels now?
What? No, I'm not working with the fucking rebels. I don't have a death wish. I help Chicks with her stuff because...
She flushes Cobalt.
Just because she's my friend and I care about her. Okay? Other than that, I don't want anything to do with any of this.
But she's sitting in a rebel-supplied cave. She was helping a rebel musician with her shows.
So what? Does that make you a rebel because you're friends with rebels?
Well, yeah, actually, you kinda are.
Okay, fuck. Bad example. I'm just trying to get by. A lot of us are.
You glance at the pile of cans and sniff the alcohol smell that's wafting through the cave. How's that working for her?
It should technically be Fago, but, you know, whatever.
Hey, fuck off. What I do to cope is none of your fucking business. There's lots of things I want to do, but being in a losing fight against an intergalactic empire isn't one of them. God, don't ask me that stupid shit again.
No,
save slot. Close menu.
You know, I used to
Save.
think, okay, I need to
Save.
be kind of sparse
Save.
with my saves, but I've got, you know, like tons
Save.
and tons of pages.
Close menu.
What's going on with
What's going on with Lank?
I mean, you could be less vague. It wouldn't kill you.
Well, it's just that he looks less put together than he did the last time. Less boy band and more living in a cave for months at a time.
You're joking, right? This is some stupid attempt at a joke.
No. Well, kind of. You're just trying to lighten the mood and it seems like Lank is maybe not in the best place, mentally.
Well, you're gonna have to talk to him about that. Not like I'm his Moira. Not like I mean that much to anyone, but whatever. It's not important.
She looks like she's got something on her mind. You're not gonna press the question about the rebels, but it seems like she's got some stuff she's thinking on lately.
No shit. Got nothing to do but think on stuff. That's my whole life now. Drinking, talking to the same two people, playing the same game, reading the same novel.
Elward sighs and scans the room, as if she's looking for another can that's still full. Not finding one, she settles for biting at the knuckle of one finger and glaring.
It sucks.
Saves. Close. Yeah.
Yeah, you get it. Alternia's a shit fire and we're all burning.
Well, maybe it's not hopeless.
How can you say that? I'm not even very far down the ladder and it still sucks. You know how much worse it is for low bloods?
You do, actually. But that doesn't make it not worth trying to do something about.
You sound just like chicks.
Isn't she sick?
What was
Save.
the
Quit game. Save. Quit.
Before I do this,
Save slot. Save.
I wanna see what
Load.
happens if you do
Load.
this.
Load.
Which will probably be
Load
a
slot.
game.
Can she
ender,
stop
but-
complaining? She's being so whiny about this. But she's not even at the bottom here. Does she have any idea how much worse it is for low bloods?
Yeah, I do.
Her eyes are downcast and she's fidgeting with her index finger, squeezing it absently.
I've seen what chicks has to deal with.
Okay, then she should.
So you're saying I can't hate where I'm at if I'm not the most oppressed?
No, that's not what you're saying at all.
Yeah, I think maybe we're done talking for now.
As the conversation starts to wind down, it's becoming increasingly awkward. You're hoping that you'll get a good out when you see Wanchi poking her head in.
Hey, can we talk?
There's a nervousness in her voice that wasn't there before, a hesitation. You nod and grin, of course you'd be happy to talk with her. Wanchi leads you back.
Alright,
Save.
save it right here.
Save slot 5. Save. Load.
And go.
Load slot. Load. Load slot.
I think it was just gonna move on to
Isn't
where
she
we
sick
are.
of living like this? Basically everything she says sounds pretty awful, so what if you told her that you could help her escape? You could help her get away from all of this. Judging by Elward's expression, she doesn't find this vague argument very compelling.
I'm escaping right now. 10 minutes at a time. A couple hours when I'm drunk enough. Hours when I sleep. Escaping sucks bulge.
But what you're talking about isn't just temporary escape, it's going to a better world.
I don't believe you.
Wait, what?
I said I don't believe you. You're making promises you probably can't keep. Trust me, I know the vibe. So maybe just leave me alone?
But you're sure you can?
I said leave me the fuck alone!
As the conversation starts to wind down, it's becoming increasingly awkward. You're hoping that you'll get a good out when you see Wanchi poking her head in.
Kind of ends up in the same direction.
Hey,
That's kinda what I was
can we
expecting.
talk?
There's a nervousness in her voice that wasn't there before, a hesitation. You nod and grin, of course you'd be happy to talk with her. Wanchi leads you back to another side room near the back of the cave that you haven't seen yet. The main defining feature is the large, clear pool in the middle of the room, lit dimly by a lantern suspended on an iron fixture. You can smell water in the room, that same kind of smell you associate with impending rain, but more, mineral water.
We'll be able to talk here without the others coming in, Uwu. We all agreed on that. If someone's by the pool, leave them alone.
Seems like a useful thing to have, given the cramped living conditions, a place for folks to go and decompress.
Yeah, exactly. So...
She shifts and looks around nervously, edging closer to the water and glancing down at her reflection in the mirror-like surface.
I had some time to think about what you said. I don't know what to think, Uwu.
She doesn't know what to think about what.
It's only 2 sweeps until Ascension, and even less than that until Branya, Daria, and Lanera all get taken off-world. A lot less.
You're a little bit relieved to hear confirmation that your Jade Blood friends are all still on Alternia, at least for now. But still, you worry. It feels like they have the potential to go pretty far off-world when Ascension hits.
Yeah, probably the colonies. Far off-world.
Wanchi's eyes are sparkling with the first glisten of tears, and you can tell from the way she's holding her lip that she's struggling not to cry.
If they go away, then it's my turn to run the caverns. Then it's my turn to go away.
You can't just stand here and look at her like this. She's just a teenager, and she's facing down the same thing as everyone else in this hell world. Quit. Save slots, save, close.
Well, let's start with the top one. I'm gonna come back around to the bottom one.
You can help her escape.
Escape? Ooh.
Yeah, the same way that you popped out before. Well, maybe not exactly the same, but same basic idea. There's a whole world out there doesn't have half the problems Alternia does. Kids aren't just randomly shipped off to fight in random wars or whatever. Well, sometimes they are, but you were definitely trying to change that before you decided to come back here. Wanji eyes you skeptically.
I don't know. I've gotta think about this. Ooh.
What's to think about? You're offering her a way out of her predicament.
I've just gotta think about it! Sorry, didn't mean to yell at you like that. It's a lot to take in.
An extremely awkward silence creeps into the space between the two of you as you shuffle your feet and glance over at the single lantern keeping the room lit. Finally, Wanji clears her throat.
Tell you what, why don't you play a game with me?
If you had any hair, it would be standing on end. After Ardata's weird saw-esque traps, you're not sure you want to just play a game with anyone.
God, it's not like that. It's a role-playing game I've been working on, Uwu. Lank and Elward play with me. I'm the dungeon master.
Kind of note here for the company making this, Dungeon Master, I think that is technically trademarked by Dungeons and Dragons. That's why you see a lot of games that use the frame like Game Master or like Referee or something else like that. So just a warning, you might want to change that. But probably too late at this point, but just throwing that out there.
Oh, okay. That sounds fine. It's been a while since you've had a chance to hang out with a friend who just wanted to play a good old-fashioned TTRPG. But, wait a minute. This isn't Flarp, is it? Wanji squints at you.
What's Flarp?
Okay, cool, never mind. Let's play a game.
It'll give me some time to think about what you're saying. But, just a quick warning. This system's a little unbalanced, ooh. I'm still working on it.
Wanji smiles sheepishly and turns to head back toward the main room. Okay, this is going pretty well, overall. This'll give you a chance to learn more about what Wanji's been up to lately, maybe convince her to pick up what you're putting down, or something like that. And maybe this is your chance to get Lank and Elward to open up a little bit more. You know you weren't the best friends with either of them, but maybe this is your chance. The table in the main room has been cleared of all the books and food wrappers and other random junk. Instead, Wanji has a cardboard game screen set up and a bunch of notebooks open, all full of neat, tightly packed handwriting. Save,
I think,
save,
I can
next,
here.
save slot,
And,
previous, load,
go back.
load slot, load,
Redo this one.
load slot, there's people who can help her.
Help me? How? Ooh. Wait a minute. You're talking about the rebels, aren't you? Like the ones Daria was talking to.
Well, yeah. The kind of people who could help a young Jade Blood disappear off the grid and avoid the fate she was assigned to. After that, who knows? But at least she'd be free to make her own decision about her life. Wanji eyes you skeptically.
I don't know. I've gotta think about this, Ooh.
What's to think about? You're offering her a way out of her predicament.
I've just gotta think about it! Sorry, didn't mean to yell at you like that. It's a lot to take in.
An extremely awkward silence creeps into the space between the two of you as you shuffle your feet and glance over at the single lantern keeping the room lit. Finally, Wanji clears her throat.
Tell you what, why don't you play a game with me?
If you had any hair, it would be standing on end. After Ardata's weird saw-esque traps, You're not sure you want to just play a game with anyone.
God, it's not like that. It's a role-playing game I've been working on, Uwu. Lank and Elward play with me. I'm the dungeon master.
Oh, okay. That sounds fine. It's been a while since you've had a chance to hang out with a friend who just wanted to play a good old-fashioned TTRPG. But, wait a minute. This isn't Flarp, is it? Wanji squints at you.
What's Flarp?
Okay, cool, never mind. Let's play a game.
It'll give me some time to think about what you're saying. But, just a quick warning. This system's a little unbalanced, Uwu. I'm still working on it.
Wanji smiles sheepishly and turns to head back toward the main room. Okay, this is going pretty well, overall. This'll give you a chance to learn more about what Wanji's been up to lately, maybe convince her to pick up what you're putting down, or something like that. And maybe this is your chance to get Lank and Elward to open up a little bit more. You know you weren't the best friends with either of them, but maybe this is your chance. The table in the main room has been cleared of all the books and food wrappers and other random junk. Instead, Wanji has a cardboard game screen set up and a bunch of notebooks open, all full of neat, tightly packed handwriting. Quick,
Okay,
save,
go ahead
save,
and
next, save,
go over this.
save, close. The table in the main room, the game screen's face is decorated with a picture that you're pretty sure Wanji drew herself. You had no idea she was such a talented visual artist.
Not like I've much to do but practice, Uwu.
As she sets the game up, Lank and Elward settle around the table, sitting next to each other. There's another seat there that's been left open for you, so you quickly plop yourself down next to Elward.
Hey, what's up?
She's got another one of those cans of whatever it is next to her.
What did I say?
No drunk gaming.
Oh, that's the best kind of gaming.
Well, what if I'm already drunk?
Do you want to take a penalty for inebriation in-game?
Elward straightens up and sets the can down on the ground, under the table.
I'll be fine.
Lank taps his nails along the table impatiently as he glances between you and Elward.
You mentioned a brand new campaign, and I'm intrigued.
Huh, you never really figured Lank for being someone who was into stuff like role-playing games.
Oh, I like to roleplay plenty. Also, being stuck in a cave limits my recreational options, and this is important to Wanji.
Before we get started, you should introduce your characters, Uwu.
Yeah, you don't know anything about this game, setting, the world it's in, or even the basic gameplay system being employed.
Well, you'll figure it out as we play, Uwu. But this way, you'll learn about your adventuring party.
Of course, my character is known only as the Thespian. A warlock endowed with great and mysterious powers, escaped from the traveling circus that once held him prisoner.
Oh, he's definitely a lich.
He is not a lich.
Ah, sure. Anyway, I'm Elaine the Bard, former aristocrat turned swashbuckler.
2 bards in one party? Terrible.
Served aboard a privateering ship until I took the fall for my captain's crimes. Big hit with the ladies.
Elward winks and you can see Lank rolling his eyes.
You kept trying to hit on the madame at the local brothel. Until she turned you down for, what, the 5th time?
Actually, I broke up with her.
Can you two stop it? It's time for our friend to join. Okay, the first thing you have to do is pick a character, Uwu.
I think there's
Save.
going to be a thing there, so I may as well save.
Oh. Are you going to be presented with a myriad of choices that appear meaningful initially only to be revealed as a flimsy facade that hides the fact that the choices you make are an illusion designed to mask a lack of depth in the game system itself?
You get 3 choices.
Oh.
Why don't you pick one and I'll tell you about the class?
You stare at the character sheets, wondering which one you should choose.
Okay, I think actually this would be a good place to call it for right now. I mean, I'm trying to do these in at least 30-minute increments. I know I went through chapter 4 in like a barrage, but anyway, we will pick our classes next time. So, till next time, later.
Save.